and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that addresses all your stock-related queries. So in case you're watching this show for the very first time, this is where you get stock market experts' opinion. In case you're getting confused about some of the stocks that are in your portfolio, you do not know whether you should be exiting them, at what level, what should be the profit booking level. Also, in case you have some more stocks that you're adding to your watch list, do not know what is the right time to take an entry into those stocks. Anything and everything related to stocks, especially when the markets have run up in a one-way move over the last 5 weeks and now is seeing some bit of consolidation. What is the strategy that you should have? All of these questions will be answered by our top guests who join in on this special edition. The WhatsApp number is flashing on your screens. Don't forget to mention your name and your contact details while you are also mentioning your name and location and asking your questions as well. You can also use the YouTube comment section of both Business Today and Business Today Bazaar, where we go live parallelly on both these platforms and ask those questions on the YouTube section as well. Meanwhile, let's welcome our guest on the show. Mr. Arun Kejriwal is now with us. Let's put our hands together. He's been tracking the stock markets for nearly 4 decades now, and there cannot be a better person to help really understand how should you be approaching the markets right ahead of 2 major events: the earnings season, which kickstarts today with TCS numbers, and of course the upcoming budget that is just about a week away from now. Warm welcome to you, Mr. Kejriwal, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. Of course, we will be getting into a discussion with all the stock queries that are coming in for you to give a guidance to all our viewers. But overall, what is the sense that you have, sir, on the markets? There are these divergent views that are coming in on the stock markets. There are many experts who feel that probably this could be the tipping point when the markets could just look at a sharp correction that could happen now. People are getting fearful of adding more or buying more at the current levels. At the same time, there is a lot of expectation from the upcoming earnings and budget, and therefore we do sectoral rotation that's on at this point in time. Do tell us, what is your own assessment, sir?
So, Sakshi, first thing, thanks a lot for that very nice introduction. I really appreciate it. Coming to my take on the markets now, we are at a very interesting phase. We've gained over 10,000 points on the Sensex, 3,200 points on the Nifty, and all of this has happened in just about 1 month. And mind you, after that eventful 3rd and 4th of June, when markets went crazy post exit poll and election results. It's time to consolidate. It's time to take stock. And I believe market is behaving very, very sensibly with a small correction yesterday, a subdued manner of trading today.
Mr. Kejriwal, we lost your audio in between. Could you just please
Yes.
see? Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll just add the last sentence.
Yeah.
So markets seem to be getting back on track. There is some consolidation, there is some profit taking, and very clearly, market is getting into a mood to get ready for the budget. I believe if you are an investor, you are already invested, you are a little confused. Should you take some money off the table? Yes, you must do it. Primarily, you should take money off momentum stocks which have run up very, very fast or very, very sharply. If you do that, you have a war chest or a kitty which can be reinvested probably in the same stocks or some more stocks when better opportunities arise. I believe this is the best strategy over the next 10, 12 days by the time the budget comes in on 23rd.
Okay, so that is the overall view, that how should investors be looking at the current setup and strategizing their own investments in the markets. But let's start off with the questions now. We have our first caller with us, Arun sir, and this is Kiran who's joined in. Kiran ji, namaskar. Do tell us, what's your question?
Yes, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, actually, yesterday I bought 10 quantity of Mahindra stock. So will it be going forward? Will it be increased in price?
Okay.
because
You have a short-term view, Kiranji? You want to invest only for trading, or you have a long-term view on this?
no, it's I want to. I invested for swing trade.
For a swing trade is something that you wanted to know. Okay, Arunji, about 7% of a fall that, investors were looking at as a very interesting buy on dip that people have used right after the slashing of prices of some of the key models that Mahindra & Mahindra announced as of yesterday. Even though the company has come out, clarified that there is no slowdown as such, and the sales are very robust at this current point in time, and this is just a celebratory price cut that they are doing ahead of the anniversary of XUV 700. How are you looking at the opportunity within M&M?
So if you look at the share price and charts, over the last 2 to 3 weeks, the share has been in a broad sideways trend, neither making any significant up move or down move. I believe it after this sharp run up that we have seen in the share, this is the consolidation that is being witnessed. Uh, in case there
Yes.
could be quite a bit. So, in case he has entered this trade for a very short duration, swing trade, call it by any other name, he must follow a golden rule, have a stop loss to protect your investments. Otherwise, things can go awfully wrong with you. Currently, I believe there is some pain left in the share before it gives you a rebound all over again. Could be the results and the budget throw up some interesting opportunities in the near term.
Okay, I hope this addresses your question, Kiranji. We'll take the next question, sir. This is from our YouTube viewer, and Gaurav Bhatia wants to know on HDFC Bank. Now, he's bought it in the recent uptick that we've seen on HDFC Bank at 1500 odd levels. He wants to know what should be the strategy here, and how are you looking at the stock?
So HDFC Bank was one of the laggards of the market post the amalgamation of HDFC with HDFC Bank. After that, there has been a very smart move, and the peak of the share came with the news that FPI limit has holding has reduced, and they are allowed to buy. After the sharp run up where the share gained close to 300 odd rupees, there is a sell off, there is a correction, healthy, of course. I believe the share should consolidate for some time before it makes an uptrend, subject to positive results which are around the corner. So if you are a short to medium term investor also, wait for the results. I believe they should be more promising than what we have witnessed over the last 2 quarters, which were more of integration of the two entities rather than growth to be witnessed.
Okay, that's the overview on HDFC Bank. Also, viewers, I hope you've taken that down. A very, very important stock that everybody has been tracking all the time. Down move, and finally that is showing some stability. You have a sane advice coming in on that counter too. Let's take the next question. There is another question that's coming in on the auto ancillary stocks like Motherson, Sumi and Motherson Wiring. How are you looking at these two particular stocks, sir? And a lot of people have actually bought these stocks within the recent momentum that we have seen. Is this going to be a sustainable move? How are you looking at the opportunities for such auto ancillary makers?
So Sakshi, let's play. It's if auto companies are doing well, there is no way auto ancillaries cannot do well, and vice versa. If ancillaries have to do well, the parent, the OEM, have to do well. So I believe the auto industry in India is in good shape, fine, fettle, and one should not get worried about the state of affairs. Pricing, like you just mentioned, would be some sort of festivity discounts coming up from other companies if they believe that there is some stock buildup happening. Nobody wants to hold inventory in the middle of the year. I believe Motherson Sumi also, after having run up very, very sharply, is seeing some sort of consolidation, not significant. There could be some correction coming in the short term. So you should be aware of it and allow that to happen, not get carried away. But please understand 10,000 points on the Sensex, 3,200 on the Nifty. It's a 15% move. Correction sooner than later is healthy for the market. It's just not profit taking.
Just not profit taking. Okay, got that. We'll keep that in mind, sir. We'll take the next caller now. We have another caller on the phone line with us. Siddhartha Samanta from Purba Mendipur has called in. Siddhartha ji, namaskar. पूछिए क्या सवाल है सर आपका?
नमस्कार मैम, मेरा सवाल है वही एनबीसीसी का। एनबीसीसी में लिया था 193 पे, आज ही चल रहा है 188। कितना का कितने दिन के लिए होल्ड करना पड़ेगा और टारगेट कितना है ये जानना चाहता हूँ। और एक प्रोडक्ट है जो टाटा मोटर्स लिया था मैं 1006 का, तो अभी चल रहा है 1021। तो कितने दिन रहना पड़ेगा और टारगेट कितना है, सपोर्ट कितना है, ये जानना चाहता हूँ।
अच्छा, इसका मतलब ट्रेडिंग के लिए आप सोच रहे हैं। एक तो एनबीसीसी है अरुण सर, इनके पास अराउंड 193 की खरीद है इनकी, और द स्टॉक हैज़ बीन शोइंग सम मोमेंटम। बीच बीच में कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स भी आ रहे हैं सरकारी कंस्ट्रक्शन के एनबीसीसी को। और दूसरा है ऑटो स्पेस का ही टाटा मोटर्स, जो कि आज अच्छा मूव दिखा रहा है और काफ़ी लंबे अरसे के कंसोलिडेशन के बाद इस स्टॉक ने भी वापस मूव करना शुरू किया है। दोनों स्टॉक्स पर आपका नज़रिया क्या होगा सर?
साक्षी, आपका जो इन्वेस्टर है या ट्रेडर है वो शो पर है। इनको इनके जरिए मैं बाकी निवेशकों को बताना चाहता हूं कि जब आप कोई चीज खरीदते हो, आपके पास एक टारगेट होना चाहिए। आपने क्या चीज के लिए ये शेयर लिया है, उसी के साथ एक स्टॉप लॉस रखिए, क्योंकि उसके बिना आपको काफी बड़ा झटका भी लग सकता है। दूसरा, ये ध्यान में रखिए, अगर आपने किसी आदमी को सुनकर या एक्सपर्ट को सुनकर ये रणनीति तय की है, तो वो आपको स्टॉप लॉस बताता है, उसको इग्नोर मत कीजिए। और जब वो टारगेट बताता है और वो आ जाता है, तो उस समय प्रॉफिट बुक करिए, क्योंकि एक बाजार में उतार चढ़ाव का एक दौर हमेशा चलता रहेगा। जहां तक अभी जो सवाल है आपका एनडीसीसी का, ऐसा लग रहा है कि इसमें कुछ करेक्शन चल रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है, लेकिन बाजार के रुख के साथ ये एक करेक्शन है। हो सकता है 5-7 दिन ये कंसोलिडेशन के फेज में चले, उसके बाद बाजार बढ़े। दूसरा शेयर आपने क्या पूछा था मैडम?
एक तो एनबीसीसी और दूसरा टाटा मोटर्स, दो स्टॉक्स इनके पास हैं। टाटा मोटर्स में भी काफ़ी लंबे अरसे के बाद एक मूव देखने को मिल रहा है। उसके ऊपर सवाल है कि ये कहाँ तक जाएगा और कब तक इसमें होल्ड करना चाहिए।
साक्षी जी, टाटा मोटर्स को अगर आप देखें तो पिछले 3-4 महीने से एक रेंज बाउंड मूवमेंट हो रहा है। बीच में इसमें एक डिप आया था, लेकिन शेयर एक सीमित दायरे में घूम रहा है। रिजल्ट सामने है, जो आंकड़े आए हैं जून महीने के सेल के, वो काफी पॉजिटिव है। उम्मीद जताई जाती है कि इस बार नतीजे भी पहले तिमाही के अच्छे होंगे। आप निवेशित है, होल्ड कीजिए, आपको कुछ न कुछ बेहतर दाम ये रिजल्ट के बाद मिलेंगे।
ओके, होल्ड कीजिए, नतीजों के बाद आपको एक बेहतर रिजल्ट्स के बाद एक मोमेंटम और आपको अच्छे टारगेट्स देखने को मिल सकते हैं। तो बने रहिए, ये सलाह आपके लिए दी जा रही है। अगला सवाल ले लेते हैं सर। हमारे बहुत सारे दर्शक जो हैं वो बिजनेस टुडे बाजार और बिजनेस टुडे दोनों ही प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर हैं। बिजनेस टुडे के व्यूअर नैन्सी हमारी एक रेगुलर व्यूअर है, वो आपसे पूछना चाह रहे हैं होटल्स और टूरिज्म स्पेस के दो स्टॉक्स के बारे में। शी सेज लेमन ट्री एंड इंडियन होटल्स एट द करंट मार्केट प्राइस, कैन वन रियली लुक एट एडिंग दीज? व्हाट कुड योर एनालिसिस बी? Travel and tourism is one more space where we have seen this government really put their focus on, and there is big expectation that probably in the upcoming budget also, sir, there could be some incentive coming in to boost tourism in the country. What is your own sense with respect to this sector, and how would you look at these hospitality makers, Lemon Tree and Indian hotels?
So, Sakshi, there is a demand or a request from the sector that hotels be treated as infrastructure and they be given the same status as infrastructure developers are. This could give them some benefit in taxation, etc. Lemon Tree is in a small consolidation currently after having run up quite well. I quite like this stock. If you are an investor with a medium to long term horizon, you should continue to stay invested in this share. Indian Hotels is has been adding properties slowly and steadily and building hotels across the country. Here also, along with the market, the share is currently in a small consolidation, but it has taken support at its averages and looks like getting ready for another up move. If you are holding, stay invested. If you are looking to buy, it's a good time to make small purchases in Indian Hotel currently.
Okay, got that. I hope, Nancy, this has addressed your question as well. We'll take the next question. Nancy also says to you, sir, that Arun sir is a swing king, and please do ask him if he can also tell us any swing trade. Please do not let him go before telling us that. So he's a big fan and she's been following you, I think.
So I don't know why she believes I am a swing trader or I am a swing king. I have investment calls which I make, but some of the stocks that I like currently, I'll mention them. I like Jupiter Wagons, and this is a stock which I've been following from 250 to now about 700. And yes, this stock has been giving a lot of swings. So if this is a stock she looks like and calls me a swing trader, I'm honored. Some other stocks that I like currently would be a Indigene, a Aadhar Housing Finance, a PNB Housing. So these are some of the other stocks. You do get movements in these stocks, so look at them and invest. I am basically an investor at heart, and that's how I make my money.
Okay, I hope, Nancy, you got that from Arun sir. He's thankful, but he's told you what exactly his investment strategy is. Okay, let's actually go ahead and take the next question. This is from Shiv Parihar. Says, good afternoon, Sakshi. Good afternoon to you, Shiv. How are you? Says, your show is very helpful to us for important insights from your guests. Could you please help me with two stocks? HPL Power. He's bought this stock at 560 rupees, Arun sir, and IRB Infra, which he has bought at 69 rupees. He has a long term view of 2 years. He wants to know, can he continue to add more into these stocks, HBL Power and IRB Infra?
So, Sakshi, the first stock, HBL Power, I believe the share has hit almost a double top, similar to what it did about 5-6 months ago. If you do want to add, do so on dips. You always get a bad day in the market every now and then. So add more only on a bad day. Don't be in a hurry to add. You are virtually at the top, so there can be sharp movements in either direction. As far as IRB Infra is concerned, it's an infrastructure stock, very, very steady, not much of movement after the rally that has happened. I believe it will continue in this trend. You need to invest with a medium term. A good thing about this stock is it declares a dividend every quarter. So that adds to your income. It feels nice when the company gives you a small amount as dividend every quarter.
Okay, we'll take the next question then. We have a question. This is from Ritvik Das. He is holding Hudco, sir, and his buying price is 335 rupees. He has a short term view of 6 months on this stock. Do you think there could be an upside from the current levels within those 6 months? Should he continue to hold on to this stock?
So don't feel nice about saying this, but he is a person who has become a victim of buying right at the top. So this is something through your show which I would like your investors to note. Don't chase a stock. there are plenty of opportunities available in the market. Just because something has run up and run up faster, if you keep on chasing it, you will always get caught at the top, and then you will have to wait for a very long time for the correction to happen and then start rising. At this price that he has entered, for him to make some money or even break quits in the immediate short term looks difficult, because the share has to go into a fresh uptrend before he is able to do something. So I would suggest looking at a good day when the share rises, it's better to get out, because crossing the previous top and making a new high needs not only results, needs not only good news, but needs a lot of momentum, which will be time consuming.
Okay, got that. Okay, we have the next question now coming in for you, sir. This is on Canfin Homes. Srujal wants to know, is Canfin Homes a good stock? I have purchased at 889 rupees. Can I average? And what is the view on this stock, sir?
So after a very sharp rally, which lasted over a month, the share is now correcting. It still needs some more correction and also some time consolidation before it starts moving. If you want to add, on a bad day in the market, add, but be patient with this stock because it will take some time on the uptrend. A good possibility is that this budget would look at making affordable housing, incentivizing it by giving some benefits to people who borrow to invest in affordable housing. So I believe that is a theme which one can play out in this budget as well.
Right. We'll take one more question from our Business Today Bazaar viewer, and this question is from Sanan Raj B. He says, is it okay to accumulate CDSL at the current price? This stock has been in focus after the company announced a 1:1 bonus split. How would you really advise investors to go about CDSL, sir?
So CDSL is a depository with the Bombay Stock Exchange. So the share seems to be in a lot of news this time, because SEBI is contemplating taking a lot of action on F&O trades, on trying to reduce the volatility that is happening, the influx of small traders who probably do not have the wherewithal or the capacity to absorb losses. They are also contemplating multiplying 4-5 times the lot size as far as the contract value of F&O trades are concerned. All of this could have a slight impact on NSE and BSE, but not so much CDSL, because this is more of a depository and not an exchange. So the share is correcting. It is in a consolidation mode, would spend some more time around these levels. If you are looking to add this share, buy on dips is a good strategy, but be patient about the share recovering. It's not going to happen overnight.
Okay, and you pointed out something very important, Arun sir, that has been a point of concern for the option traders and those in the business of F&O as well. I just wanted to take that point a little forward and help all our wider audiences understand from your wide experience within this space as to how would you really look at it. You know, if you currently look at the volumes these days that we are looking at within the options market, that in comparison is probably even higher than India's GDP, the kind of volumes that we are looking at. And the option market has actually seen an activity which has never been seen before. Historically, whenever, I'm sure you would have much more to add to the wisdom. What I have gathered from our experts is that historically, whenever these options markets have seen a lot of domination from retail investors' activity, it's actually ended up very badly. Now, I want to understand a two-pronged approach from you. What is the best way to protect the investor, at the same time ensure that the market liquidity which is cheering us and the markets nifty to newer highs, that consistently remains?
So, Sakshi, you've raised some very valid questions, and I must appreciate the fact that you are bringing it up on a show where the current audience consists of investors, not necessarily big players, but small players. The question of liquidity will remain irrespective of whether there is this kind of madness in options or not. It is not linked to option trades going up or going down. Point one. Point two, the advent of online trading and the proliferation of various apps which encourage trading and give an incentive or a lollipop to investors, zero trade, fixed price trade, low brokerage, next to nothing, is actually creating a misnomer for investors. You don't do a trade because the brokerage is low. You do the trade because you believe you can make money. Don't let brokerage rates drive your trade. It's something ridiculous. I mean, you won't go and buy a pair of shoes because he says, I don't charge you shipping charges. You'll buy it because you need the pair of shoes. Same way as far as options is concerned. Second, I believe that the regulator has now realized that putting higher margins or any such control is not going to help. It has to be a system where unless you have a pocket size to pay for the size of trade, you should not be doing something which apparently is very risky. So they are attacking this particular possibility and doing it in a manner where probably a contract in futures would be about 25 to 30 lakhs as the contracted value when you do the trade, which would need adequate margins, etc., etc. The other part that is very important is people need to understand that why should you do futures? You have a limited amount of money. Invest that in buying your shares. Ride that. Don't take leverage exposure. This is not what prudent investing is all about.
Thank you so much, Arun sir, for sharing that wonderful wisdom, and we ensure all our viewers that we will cut this piece out in a chunk and play it on our various social media platforms so that you can get to listen to this wisdom again and again and implement it in case you are someone who've been trading within this space or have been contemplating, so that you get an understanding of how the markets are likely to be looking at this current scenario too. Arun sir, we also have my colleague now, Karishma Sudani, joining in, and she tracks the finance ministry very, very closely. And of course, there is a very important meeting. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to engage with prominent economists and sectoral experts now, right ahead of the budget. And Karishma is with us to share some insights as to what can be on the agenda and what can be, on the top radar as far as the upcoming budget is concerned. Take it away, Karishma.
Right, as we speak, Sakshi, the meeting is underway where Prime Minister is convening a special pre-budget meeting with the economists and members of Niti Aayog. This is a procedural that happens before each budget, and it comes at a time where the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has also completed her pre-budget consultations with almost close to about 120 people that she met during these consultations, about 10 to 12 days and a couple of meetings. Today's meeting with the economists could try and discuss, of course, on the fiscal strategies that government may look into for budget. While, the macroeconomic numbers are usually decided in the due numbers, in the due time through the pre-consultation meeting, it is only from now until the date of the budget that government could take call on what they would like to do with relief for the middle class in terms of income tax. So today's meeting could stand important to also try and throw a bit of light on what is the government trying to plan when it comes to the income tax cut, besides, of course, the macroeconomic stability numbers that they are looking at. Let's not forget that budget is going to continue its focus on four groups, that is rural, women, youth, and poor. This is something that the Modi government has envisioned for the next 10 to 12 years to come. Hence, once the meeting is finished, we will be able to also grab on how the government is also looking at its fiscal consolidation path. Vice Chairperson of Niti Aayog, Mr. Suman Berry, will also be a part of this meeting, of course, along with the chairperson, which is the Prime Minister himself.
Thanks, Karishma, for that update as well. Arun sir, coming back to you, you heard our reporter talking about, what could be in this meeting and, of course, what are the big expectations. You yourself have pointed out what could be on the agenda this time around. But clearly, the four-pronged focus, youth, farmers, poor and women, and probably that big expectation of easing of burden of taxes from the common man up there. Do you think something like this should be something that should be brought in this time around in the upcoming budget?
So, Sakshi, let's understand Modi 3.0 is something different from the first and the second term. This is the first time that they are not in an absolute majority on their own. You had a lot of hue and cry that this sort of a government is not going to last because PM Modi has never worked under pressure of allies, etc., etc. From day one, they have started working as if it makes no difference whether they have absolute majority on their own or not. I believe this could be a period where you see maximum bold actions being taken because he has nothing to lose. He doesn't have to sacrifice his government. The allies need him as much as he needs them. Let's understand we have one chief minister who has come back to power after a long time. He has to build his new capital because Hyderabad was the capital earlier, and now Amravati has to be built virtually from scratch. So considering all this, while I do not have exact details of what can happen in the budget, it's going to be interesting times post this budget. And remember one more thing, India is one of the few countries in the world where actually we are witnessing growth happening.
Very true, sir. Thank you so much for all these wonderful insights that you always share with our viewers, Arun sir. And it's truly a pleasure to host you. Every time you come on board, there is one insight that we come back home and note down so that we can refer to even the next time that you're there. And we will continue to do the same even next time when we see you on air. And we will definitely see you both pre and post budget to analyze what is going to be happening in just about a week from now. Thank you so much for being with us on this special edition, sir.
Thank you.
Viewers, we will continue to discuss and to analyze all your stock related queries. We do have another guest now joining in on the show with us is Mr. Vineet Pulunchkar, Head of Research at Ventura Securities, to answer all your stock related queries. Vineet, a lot of questions buzzing around. Let's start off with those which are most in demand today. So a lot of questions, and I will club that into one. Ansh Bhardwaj wants to know on RVNL, what should one do? Of course, this has been the stock of the week, clearly, with the kind of moves that we've been seeing. There's no let up. Railway stocks as a whole and RVNL. Do you think RVNL is the best of the railway stocks to be in right now?
So RVNL has rallied a lot. And to my mind, I think one should hold on to the stock with a tight stop loss because, in my opinion, the rally has moved too far, too fast. Expect some consolidation to take place, and hence, the best way to participate in the momentum is to carry tight stop losses and let your profits earn.
Right. Well, apart from this, we also have some more questions coming in. Let's take those questions too. The next question is on Yes Bank from our YouTube viewer. Yes Bank has rallied today 7.5%, Mr. Bulinchkar, and there is this entire Moody's report that has displayed confidence in the stock, and the other part is a rumor, a buzz on which probably this buoyancy is probably coming in. Although Yes Bank has clearly clarified that they do not have any permission from RBI for that 51% stake sale, but the buoyancy right here that you see on Yes Bank, how would you really look at the stock?
So, what we heard is a couple of banks, foreign banks, are looking at taking stake in these companies. And while you might not have the permission to sell, you need to apply for permission, right? So I think the due diligence process may be on, and that is keeping the stock buoyant as of now. Two things to keep in mind is that, typically bought out deals happen at 4 to 5 times the price to book valuation. And the fact that the bank is quoting a little below 2 times its profits, 2 times its book value, I think that there is a case for holding on to this stock for a acquisition being announced or the bank being acquired. So one may continue to hold on at these levels.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next question now. This is from our Business Today viewers, and one of the questions that is coming in from Vijay Shekhar is on Glenmark Life Sciences. Of course, there is this entire offer for sale that's taking place between Glenmark Pharma and Glenmark Life Sciences. The question is, how would you view this stock amidst this news flow? And can one still go ahead and buy at this current level on Glenmark Life Sciences? What would your view be, sir?
So Glenmark Life Sciences is a good stock. They have fairly decent APIs. It's a very good story along with key performance chemicals also. Nirma is the management, and the fact that you're getting this stock at a discount to the market, you should buy into it because this will be one of the last lots that will be sold into the market from a large hand or the erstwhile promoters.
Okay, got that. We'll take the next question now. The question from Swarnika now coming in. I have bought a skipper at the rate of 388 for short term. Could you suggest if it is a good stock to hold, and how long should I continue to hold on?
So, we recently initiated on Skipper, and our target for this stock is 50 to 60% higher from current levels. So, would suggest to hold on and, have a little bit of patience, at least 6 to 9 months, and then you will be amply rewarded.
Okay, 6 to 9 months is the kind of view that you should have. Hold on, it will definitely reap you good enough benefits going forward from here. Let's take the next question. This is on HCC, Hindustan Construction. Devanshu Prabhu is asking, can it be purchased at the current levels for short as well as long term? What would your view be, sir, here?
So, great company, one of the best talents that the company has, or the skill sets in executing, high degree difficulty projects like nuclear, bridges on extreme altitudes. And this company has just come out of the, its dark period. So I believe that they have a good order book. They will get a few arbitration rewards also. So it definitely can be bought at the current levels.
Okay, got that. We have a lot of questions coming in on the shipping stock, so I'll club those into one question. So Sid Gorak and Avnish Chaudhary both have questions on shipping stocks. GRSE or GE Shipping, where can you advise fresh buying? And is it advisable after the recent run?
So I think GE Shipping is the best stock, not only in India, but also one of the best globally because they really understand the shipping cycle. They have proven abilities to, sell ships at the peak of the cycle, buy ships at the low point of the cycle. Additionally, shipbuilding is getting into an interesting story. And we believe that there will be a shortage of ships as we go out 4 to 5 years out. The government also has contemplating a policy where all the ships will be bought. The domestic carriers will buy ships which are made only in India. And that is good news for the shipbuilders. So GE Shipping as a company looks very good, and so does GRSE. But to my mind, GE Shipping is extremely cheap compared to GRSE, and it is one of our top picks on our radar.
Okay, wonderful. Today again the stock is up 7%. GE Shipping as one of the top best stocks from the shipping space that you can look at. Next we have a caller from Patna. Anil Kumar Sharma is on the phone line with us. Anil जी नमस्कार, कैसे हैं आप? क्या सवाल है आपका?
ठीक है ओके।
बताइए, सवाल पूछिए सर।
हाँ, हिंदुस्तान ऑर्गेनिक्स लिमिटेड HAL मैंने ऑलमोस्ट 5500 समथिंग के आसपास 5549 के आसपास मैंने 5 शेयर परचेज किए हैं।
ठीक है,
इसका मतलब क्या है, इसका आगे कितना तक जाएगा और कितने पीरियड तक मैं होल्ड कर सकता हूँ इसको?
ठीक है, आपको राय दिलवा देते हैं। डिफेंस स्पेस की ही दिग्गज कंपनी हिंदुस्तान एरोनॉटिक्स थोड़ी ऊपरी लेवल की खरीद है 5549, तब से थोड़ा नीचे आ रहा है। कब तक होल्ड करें और क्या टारगेट्स बता सकते हैं आप विनीत जी इनको?
देखिए, ये काफी स्टॉक रैली कर चुका है, हालांकि इनके फंडामेंटल्स बहुत ही अट्रैक्टिव है और कंपल्सिव है। हमें लगता है कि शॉर्ट टर्म में ये स्टॉक थोड़ा बहुत डाउन भी ट्रेंड कर सकता है, तो आप वो हिसाब से ही इसमें काम करें। आप इसमें 5300 का स्टॉप लॉस लगा के होल्ड कर सकते हैं इसमें।
चलिए, आपको भी राय मिल गई है अनिल जी। अगला सवाल लेते हैं। नमिता अरोरा का सवाल है, बॉट नैल्को एट द रेट ऑफ 192 1 month बैक, व्हाट इज योर व्यू, विल इट गो अप इन द नियर फ्यूचर? नैल्को फ्रॉम द मेटल्स एंड माइनिंग स्पेस सर।
So, over the next 15 days, we are expecting a rate cut in the international markets, that is the Fed. So, if that rate cut comes through, then, the entire pack of metal stocks is going to do very well. Nalco is one of the lowest cost producers of aluminum in the country, and they've got good mining reserves also. So, I think it's one of the best plays, keeping that consideration in mind.
Got that. Let's also look at some other questions that are coming in. Okay, we have a question from Mona Batra on Bajaj Auto. Could you please suggest short-term view on Bajaj Auto, sir?
So Bajaj Auto has come out with an extremely game-changing innovation where they come out with a bike which works on CNG, and none of the other companies have got that kind of a product in the market. So it not only improves your mileage but also improves the operating cost of the vehicle. Considering all these facts, I think Bajaj Auto seems to be a good play. However, we need to watch how this product is appreciated in the market. So we'll have to track the bookings and the follow through for maybe a month or so to really get a handle on that. So for me, for the time being, although this is a great invention, it is still a hold for me because the stock is quite richly valued.
जी, ओके, विल टेक द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नाउ। वरुण का सवाल आया है कि रेमंड में अब क्या कर सकते हैं। लगातार ये स्टॉक भी बढ़ता चला जा रहा है विनीत जी। हाल फिलहाल में जब खबरें आई थी कि रेमंड अपने रियल एस्टेट बिजनेस को डीमर्ज करके लिस्ट कर सकता है, और उसके बाद आप देख सकते हैं कि मोमेंटम किस तरीके का देखा गया है। रेमंड में अब क्या करना चाहिए?
देखिए, रेमंड में आप रियल एस्टेट डिवीजन को जब भी डीमर्ज होगा आप उसको रखें, और रेमंड जो अपैरल कंपनी है उसका हमें लगता है कि बहुत ज्यादा इसमें हलचल नहीं होगी स्टॉक में, तो आप उसमें प्रॉफिट बुक करके आप रेमंड रियल्टी को होल्ड करें।
ओके, चलिए अगला सवाल भी ले लेते हैं। एक सवाल आया है हमारे पास, और ये सवाल है हमारे एक खास व्यूअर का, जो कि पूछ रहे हैं वेदांता के ऊपर। दीपक पटेल जी का सवाल है, 470 की बाइंग है इनकी, क्या कर सकते हैं वेदांता पर पूछ रहे हैं।
आप निश्चित बन के होल्ड करके चलिए, ये स्टॉक में आगे धुआंधार तेजी आने वाली है। इट इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट प्लेज इन द बेस मेटल सेगमेंट। इसकी वर्स्ट पीरियड खराब हो चुकी है और आगे जाके सब पॉजिटिव ही लगता है हमें, तो आप इसमें बने रहिए।
बने रहने की सलाह यहाँ पर आपको दी जा रही है। अंकुर मोदी का एक सवाल आया है। पहले तो वो ईज माई ट्रिप पर पूछना चाहते हैं, 46 पर लिया हुआ है इन्होंने, क्या करना चाहिए। और एक सवाल ब्रॉड बेस्ड पूछ रहे हैं दैट वी एज इन्वेस्टर्स हु आर इन द लॉन्ग टर्म are not sure how to handle the panic selling in the market that is happening consistently at the higher levels. So sometimes we sell at that time and regret later. Kindly suggest what is the best way to approach the markets.
अभी ये काफी आपका इंटरेस्टिंग सवाल है. आपको दो चीज ध्यान में रखनी चाहिए कि इंडियन ग्रोथ स्टोरी जो है ना अगले 5 या 10 साल का नहीं है, पर उसके आगे भी बनने वाला है. तो जब भी आपको पैनिक आती है ना, आपके जो फेवरेट स्टॉक्स है उसमें 100% कंपल्सरीली पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहिए. और जब भी आपको लगता है कि मार्केट यहाँ से सिर्फ पॉजिटिव ही पॉजिटिव आपको लगता है 100% पॉजिटिव, तो आप यकीन करें आप नोटिस करोगे कि वहां से मार्केट हमेशा घूम जाती है नीचे. तो जब भी आपका ऑप्टिमिज्म मैक्सिमम रहता है आपको थोड़ा प्रॉफिट बुक करना चाहिए. और जब भी मार्केट्स में नेगेटिविटी या पैनिक आता है तभी आपको जरूर पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहिए इन योर फेवरेट स्टॉक्स, क्योंकि ये स्टॉक्स आपको आउटसाइज रिटर्न्स देंगे कंपेयर टू द मार्केट.
Okay, got that. I hope, Ankur, you have taken down this viewpoint that Vineet ji has shared, and I'm sure this is going to be helping you. A lot of our viewers are asking on Ratan India Power. This is one stock that has been, among the traders community, this has been buzzing from the last 2-3 months odd. But at a certain stage, after a one-way rally, this stock has started to plateau a bit and probably dip from those higher levels. How would you advise those that are stuck after buying at higher levels on this stock, sir?
So, I don't track it, and penny stocks generally lead to ruins. So, it is better to avoid that stock. If you have lost money in that, might as well book your profits and exit.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. Let's also go across to our next caller. रूपचांद जैन जी हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं. रूप जी नमस्कार, पूछिए क्या सवाल है.
टाटा पावर शेयर 460 के लिए है मैडम, क्या करना चाहिए? 460 में परचेज किए हुए हैं, 500 शेयर है.
ठीक है, 460 पर खरीदारी है इनकी टाटा पावर के शेयर्स पे. व्यू पॉइंट क्या रहेगा यहाँ पर विनीत जी?
टाटा पावर में बने रही है. ये रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी का एक डायमंड स्टॉक है, तो इसमें आप बने रहिए, आपको जरूर अच्छे दाम मिलेंगे अगले 2 सालों में.
क्या बात है, 2 साल तक बने रहिए रूपचांद जी. यहाँ पर बता दिया है कि अगर आपको पावर क्षेत्र का, रेन्यूएबल एनर्जी क्षेत्र का कोई हीरा स्टॉक चाहिए, डायमंड स्टॉक चाहिए, तो वो है टाटा पावर. ये बता रहे हैं विनीत जी. विनीत जी एक आखिरी सवाल लेंगे हमारे खास शो पर जो हमारे व्यूअर्स का आ रहा है. अब ये पूछना चाह रहे हैं नेक्स्ट स्टॉक जो हम लोग लेंगे. Let's take this very interesting stock because this stock can actually help all our viewers, because many viewers have a query on this. I can continue to see there are lots of queries that are coming in on IRB Infra. How would you really look at this stock? There are several questions that are coming in on IRB Infra. What would your view be, sir?
See, IRB Infra, recently the promoters sold some of their stakes in 2 quantities. They've explained that they were booking profits because for a very long time they have been actively plowing money back into the business. One of the co-promoters also sold stock, but they have participated in the InvIT vehicle. So, net, international players are holding more shares than the original promoter of the company. We believe that the highway space is going to see tremendous new projects being announced, and the only way that the government can build out the infrastructure is by involving private participation, and IRB is going to be one of the few participants. So every year you will see them at 10 to 12% growth in terms of assets under ownership. And keeping this in mind, I believe that the stock should do well. However, since it has doubled and the promoter has sold, you can book half a quantity and carry forward with the rest.
All right, so that's the strategy that all of our viewers can have. A lot of those questions that were coming in on IRB Infra, please follow this strategy. Thank you so much, Vineet sir, for being with us on this very special edition and sharing all your thoughts and insights with all our viewers. Viewers, we'll wrap it up at that on daily calls for today. But you know that tomorrow again we'll be back at 12 noon. In case there are many questions that could not be answered today, we will be taking all of them up for tomorrow's trade as well. And tomorrow, since it's a Friday, we are also going to be discussing in a special KYC or the Know Your Company segment, one special company that you can know in detail, both fundamentally and technically, how should you be approaching that stock. So stay tuned with us on Business Today Television and stay tuned for daily calls for tomorrow at 12 noon too.
The Enforcement Directorate launched simultaneous raids at multiple locations, including premises linked to former Karnataka Minister B. Nagendra and Congress MLA Basannagowda Daddal. The raids are part of an investigation into the Valmiki Corporation scam. The ED is probing the alleged illegal transfer of 187 crore rupees from the Karnataka Maharshi Valmiki Scheduled Tribes Development Corporation. Congress MLA Basannagowda Daddal is the chairperson of the Valmiki Corporation. The scandal came to light tragically with the suicide of Chandrasekharan P., the corporation's accounts superintendent. In his suicide note, Chandrasekharan mentioned some officials and the word minister. Nagendra had resigned as the Minister for Tribal Welfare and Youth Empowerment after uproar over the suicide. The ED raid comes a day after Nagendra and Daddal were questioned